I believe in the profession of journalism.
I believe that the public journal is a public trust.
I believe that accuracy and fairness are fundamental to good journalism.
I believe that a journalist should write only what he holds in his heart to be true.
That the supreme test of good journalism is the measure of its public service.
The Missouri School of Journalism was founded in 1908 by Walter Williams, who wrote what he called the Journalist Creed. He believed that the best way to learn journalism was to practice it, and established what we call the Missouri Method. That's learn by doing.
Technology has always been a very important part of the Missouri School of Journalism. About 10 years ago, we realized that we were not innovating at the pace that we really could. The industry of journalism started evolving through emerging technologies.
The big difference in journalism and how we tell stories was technology. We don't talk to our audience, we talk with our audience. That is a huge change.
Many of the faculty were very intimidated by these students who are coming in because these students are digitally native. We knew we needed to evolve, and we made the decision to lead the way.
The Mac has always been a standard computer for things like page design in newspapers and magazines, but increasingly we're realizing it's a great news gathering tool. In 2004, we asked all of our students to purchase one, and they instantly were a huge success. I told my faculty, look for things we can do with these tools that we were never able to do before. The Mac can really transform the way we teach journalism in this country.
Anybody who has a laptop computer and a digital camera can produce journalism and put it online. That's the media landscape we're training reporters to go into. So we also have to train them to be able to cover the news that's going on with a backpack full of equipment at a very high level of quality.
Our curriculum has evolved in the ability to expect our students to be as professional as any other journalist. They have a Mac that gives them the ability to be professional on whatever level they need to be. It's the essence of the Missouri Method.
That's why we study at the University of Missouri Journalism School, so we can get hands-on experience ranging from print and digital media, KOMU, online news at newsy.com. The list goes on.
You don't want to have to spend a huge amount of time just teaching them the basics of how to run an operating system. You just want to teach them the tools they need to get out there and do the journalism. When a student first opens up the Mac, they can figure out a lot of it on their own without having everything explained to them.
One of the things that we really saw helpful with the Mac was that all the tools we needed were right there with the operating system.
The iLife suite of software allowed us to teach audio, video editing skills to our students at minimal cost. And then they could move on to more advanced programs like Final Cut Pro.
I'm the multimedia editor right now of the school newspaper, The Maneater. I use iMovie and Final Cut to edit videos, and we use GarageBand for podcasts. It just amazes me how much I can do with my Mac.
A lot of what's going on creatively out in the industry is done on Mac. So to have our students comfortable with that technology when they leave the door helps them out a lot.
We just did a survey of the graduating class of 3 years ago and found that 90% were employed in journalism, advertising, and PR jobs.
To say that we've kept pace with the changes is perhaps not being generous enough. I think the Mac's actually helped us keep on the forefront, or sometimes we call it the bleeding edge, of technology.
We continue to innovate, we continue to push the envelope, and we just try to make our students as powerful and as enabled as possible and get out of their way.
The tools we put in their hands, their native intelligence, and you combine those two things, and what you have is an extraordinary student who can go out and do great things in the world. And that's what education's all about.